Welcome to the Any Key Video Show, the place and platform for indie creatives. I'm your host, Kenny Any Key Moore. We're talking music production with the chart-topping producer that also does work helping producers in this episode. Before we start the show, would you do two things for me? First, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Coach_ANYKENY so you can check out other episodes of the show. Second, follow me on social media at Coach_ANYKENY on Instagram, TikTok, and X, and on my music pages at KEbnY Collective on Instagram and Any Key Music, spelled capital ANY, capital KE, lowercase b, lowercase n, and capital Y on Facebook. All right, my guest is backstage and ready to go, so let's start the show. Before my guest joins me to talk about his work as a producer and the work he does with producers, let's check out a clip. Here's Ebon Thomas's 111 audio on the Any Key Video Show.
This is me at 19 years old making mediocre beats. I was working a job and I was making $0 off of my music. This is me now making industry quality beats and making what I made in a year back then in 1 month. If you're a music producer who wants to make better music that people will love and sell your beats, loops, and sound kits online independently, I'm about to show you how I 3 times my 9-to-5 income and improve the quality of my music, all while having nothing but a laptop and a phone. My name is Ebon. I'm a platinum music producer who's made a full-time career out of selling my music online, and that's allowed me to work with artists like Lil Durk, Rod Wave, Lil TJ, and many other Billboard charting artists. Some huge problems that you and other struggling producers are having is that your beats just aren't industry level. And that's why artists and producers just aren't using your beats and loops. And then, even if you improve the quality of your beats and loops, artists and producers still won't respond to you because your social medias just aren't attractive. Another huge problem that producers have is making beats and nothing ever happens with them and they just die on your hard drive. Your career will stay stagnant this way because you have no plan. And a lot of producers are scared to post themselves and their craft. And you'll never attract the audience this way because no one will ever know who you are. One way of doing this is making a bunch of beats in a bunch of different subgenres, aiming to connect with any random artists or producers with more followers than you, exporting low quality beats and just hoping for the best, aimlessly posting beats on BeatStars and just praying that someone buys them. And the rest of the beats we make just sit and die on our hard drive and nothing ever happens with it. My method is making beats and loops in a specific subgenre and then maximizing that lane. Then we perfect our beats and loops in that subgenre and then build our brand around that niche. We maximize our social medias with professional appeal, and that way we're attracting artists and producers that actually want to work with us.
Now joining me is Ebon Thomas, aka Ebon on the Track. He's a platinum selling producer from the Philadelphia area. He's produced for Rod Wave, Lil Durk, and K-Camp, just to name a few. Saw a clip of some of the work he does to help aspiring producers, so let's bring him on and talk about it. Ebon, welcome to the show. Thanks for being on. How you doing?
I'm great, man. How about yourself?
Doing great, doing great. So listen, man, let's get right to it. So I always ask this question to people the first time they're on with me. And here's the question. Tell me your earliest memory or the moment you fell in love with music.
That's a tough one, man. I think the moment I fell in love with music, I was a child and I would get in trouble with my parents and whatnot, and they would, put me on punishment, and they would, take my video game away and whatnot. And the only thing I remember in the room that I was in, I had a little like jukebox, a little like karaoke machine, and it would have some of my dad's old hip hop CDs in there from like the 80s, like KRS-One and those type of artists. And I just remember just playing those songs over and over again, just fascinated by the beats, the lyrics. So I couldn't have been but 5 or 6 at that time, but that's when I remember like this. I love music. Like this is nice.
For sure, for sure. So getting in trouble actually
Yeah,
was the lifeline to you, what you're doing right now. That's crazy.
absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so no, go ahead.
Oh, and then from there, that's when I started falling in love with instruments. So I started playing the drum set growing up, and the saxophone as well.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I started on drums as well, and then drums, percussion, and then moved over to keys. So that's what's up. All right, let's get a little bit into production. So you have, when it comes to production, you have producers and then you have beat makers. talk about the difference between someone that's a producer and then someone that's a beat maker.
I would say a producer is someone that can more so draw an idea out of thin air and then see it all the way through. So I think of a producer when it's someone that has a concept, develops a beat around the concept, and sees the vision of that concept coming to life, even if it's helping write the song or it's pushing the artist in a specific direction to see his idea come to light. And I would say a beat maker is someone that he doesn't really see it all the way through. He just has that initial spark when it comes to the instrumental. And that's his just focal point. Once he finishes the instrumental, he's not thinking about it too much. That's just it. Like that was his only, purpose in the interaction.
Yeah, that's a really great way to explain it, because there's a whole, I guess, like a whole organic or a whole mechanism that comes together when it comes to going from beat to lyrics to recording and then to actual song. So yeah, that's a great breakdown of it, because it starts as an idea, and then from an idea it becomes a sonic, and then from a sonic it becomes a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So everybody can, and there's nothing wrong with that, because it's nothing wrong if you're just a beat maker and you are skilled at creating music. There's nothing wrong with that. And then there's some that are producers that aren't really skilled in terms of creating the sonics. So I think it's a lane for everybody.
Absolutely. It's some producers that don't even make beats. Like
Right.
Yeah, some producers that do not make, like Diddy, for example.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then you have some beat makers that's their only role. That's all they do. But a producer can get with a beat maker and still bring an idea to life incredibly. So even the two working together, magic can still happen.
For sure, it's a team effort at the end of the day. So you need all the parts of the team to be working together.
Yep.
All right, let's. I warned you backstage. You had time to prepare, so
yeah.
Here we go. Let's give it to me. You're from Philly, so I need your top 5 Philly producers of all time.
All right. Now this is my list, so it's
your list.
Me. That's my list. So the first one I'm gonna say, and he's actually not from Philly. He's from Chester, Pennsylvania, which is where I kind of grew up a little bit as well. It's only about 15 minutes south of Philly.
Okay.
Jalil Beats. He's like a huge. I think his influence is big on hip hop in general. He got a lot of hits. The songs he had with Bobby Shmurda went crazy. He helped develop Meek Mill early on. All of Meek Mill's early records, that was him. So I would say Jalil Beats. I would say Benny X. He's someone that's right now. He's from Philly as well. It's another producer named Dougie on the beat. He did 1942 Flows by Meek Mill, which was a hit. That beat is like insane. So yeah, Dougie. It's another guy named Swaggiano. He does a lot of his stuff is a lot of drill, honestly, a lot of drill rap stuff that he makes, but his beats are just insane, like for that subgenre. So Swaggiano. And then this is no order either. And then lastly, one of my close friends, his name is Othello Beats. I think he's one of the most talented dudes I've seen. And then watching him up close, like, oh yeah, he's on that list for sure. So that's my top 5 Philly producers.
Okay, well, I'm an old head, so I'm gonna throw in Gamble and Huff as an honorable mention, because their history in terms of making hits, being from the Philly area, I gotta throw them in there.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and on the other side of this break, we're going to get into Ebon's work with Rod Wave and 111 Audio. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a minute.
Soul in every bowl. It's the best in town. Custom cakes uptown. Place your
right, make sure you follow Nelly's Joyful Treats on Instagram and Facebook to place your orders so you can get that sweet taste of soul. All right, we're back with Ebon on the track. And Ebon, you have a major placement with Ride Wave on the song Escape, right?
Yeah.
So tell me how that came about.
Yeah, so that came about really through networking, man. So it was a period of time where on YouTube I was posting a lot of raw wave loops and samples. So I was making these melodies and I was posting them online and I was selling them. I would do like 15 samples for about $15 or whatever. And a lot of people were downloading my samples from there. So I gained a lot of connections from producers that were just working with me just from finding me on YouTube. So one of the dudes that I was locked in with, I was sending him samples consistently. And he messaged me one day and he said, yo, like we got one raw wave. I'm like, what? I thought he was joking. I'm like, there's no way that he got on one of the beats that with me. He's like, nah, he got on it. And then sure enough, within a week, he posted a snippet of the song on his Instagram. And at that point, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is one of my favorite artists. I've been working for this for a minute. And I kind of kept having self-doubt. I'm like, all right, well, he's posting this song on his social media, but he's probably not going to drop it. Like, it's not actually going to come out. And then the Soulfly Deluxe album, it had a track list that came out a few weeks prior to it being released, and Escape was one of the songs on there. And I was ecstatic, man. You know, I got an email from his team trying to clear it, you know, so I had to get my advance and royalties and whatnot all set up. But yeah, it really just came from networking, man. Right place, right time, just consistently making the right tracks, and it got to the right ears.
Yes, that's incredible. So it actually leads me right into my next question because it seems like what you did in order to get that placement is the inspiration behind 111 Audio. So talk about that. Tell me what made you want to start that, and just give us a little more information about what you do.
Yeah, man. So I started 111 in order to just, I would say, combine the ideologies that I have about music, man. I feel like music should be something that can produce, you know, freedom. I feel like music is something that should be unique to you and what your niche is and what you enjoy doing. And all of those belief systems, I feel like I should combine it into a company to help other people get these same principles down pat. So currently I'm coaching producers on how to build their personal brand, how to just get better at the craft, you know. I don't feel like you can monetize and do all that independent stuff unless we get good first, of course. So we focus on quality. And then once we figure out quality, we focus on branding, outreach, and just getting ourselves out there overall.
Yeah, it's an amazing concept, and full disclosure, I'm a part of it, uh, and my experience has been really good. And some of the stuff that you're seeing on social media from me now is because I got the tools and the tips from Ebon. So shout out to you, one, for seeing the need for it and then creating something so that it can help producers out here to try to be able to, one, better their craft, and then two, be able to monetize off their craft, because you know the challenge with that.
Absolutely. It wasn't easy. You know, I remember when I was trying to do it and it wasn't working out. It took me months, man, to like figure out something and get a little traction and motion going. But yeah, so I understand that wholeheartedly.
Months, shoot, there's some of us out here, it's taking years, we're still trying to figure it out. So yeah, that's incredible. So if a producer wants to join 111, what would they need to do?
So they could either reach out to me on social media at Ebon on the track on everything. And if they want, they could just click the link in my bio and it'll take them through an application process where they can, you know, see if we're a good fit to work together.
For sure, for sure. And um, just talk a little bit more about some of the things that you do in the academy, and some of the resources and tools and tips that you make available for people.
Absolutely. So in the academy, we do one-on-one coaching. So, you know, weekly calls with me, just one-on-one. And then we also do group calls once a week as well. So you'll have other producers that are, you know, on the same journey, get to hold you accountable and keep you creative. And other than that, you also have videos of chord progressions and beat making breakdowns so you can enhance the craft. And then you have videos as well on branding and the social media marketing part of things, and PDF files with written lessons to support everything you'll be learning.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, um, I've just started using the academy, and I've learned a lot just in the short period of time that I've been a part of it. And like I said, some of the tools are being utilized, and I'm seeing the results from it. So I would advise anybody, because the other thing is that you never you never stop learning in this craft. Like you're always or you should be always evolving and always learning um, the different things of what's hot, what's not, what sound plugins you need to be on, what VSTs you should be on, and all that type of stuff. So I think you're doing great. Like I said, you're doing great work, and so I really appreciate what you're doing. So as we get ready to wrap up, tell me what's next for you. And you touched on a little bit. Tell my audience again how to connect to you on social media.
Yep. What's next for me, man? Right now, I'm currently dabbling in the marketing lane as well. Helping studios, in-person studios, get more artists to come in and like record with them. So that's a new lane I've been tapping into. So if you own a recording studio and you're trying to get some artists in, booking sessions, you could also reach out to me for that as well as a new service. And then just music, man. I'm trying to get some more placements as well. So be on the lookout for some new music that I post to, artists that I'm working with. And yeah, if you want to reach out to be a part of the academy or any other of my services that I offer, at Ebon on the track on everything, feel free to shoot me a message.
And also make sure you mention that you heard it on the Any Key video show, because maybe I maybe we get a little referral fee, or we got to get a little ambassador code or something like that.
Yes, sir. We'll use the ambassador code Any Key Radio, man. And
it's on record now, so we got to do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man. So listen, all the best with everything that you're doing. Appreciate a few minutes of your time, and I'll be reaching out because I got to book my one-on-one call.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man. It was a pleasure.
All right, thanks for being on the Any Key video show.
All right.
All right, that was Ebon Thomas, and that's going to be it for this episode of the Any Key video show. I want to thank Ebon again for joining me. And if you have any questions, comments, or like your brands and services to be advertised and promoted on the show, or if you want your video to be featured on the show, send an email to KEbnMusicPub@gmail.com. You can become a patron on my Patreon page. Just go to patreon.com/ANYKENY to get exclusive access to new content and free show merchandise. Or you can order your merchandise at the online store, which is KANMcollective.threadless.com. Again, that's KANMcollective.threadless.com. Shout out to all my patrons and people who have ordered merchandise. I really appreciate your support. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Coach_ANYKENY, and follow me on social media at Coach_ANYKENY on Instagram, TikTok, and X, and on my Instagram music page at KANM Collective, and my Facebook music page, Any Key Music, which is spelled capital ANY, capital KE, lowercase b, lowercase n, and capital Y. So until next time, be positive on purpose.